Good afternoon, preppers. SHTF here in rural New Hampshire. Seen a lot on YouTube lately about communications, so I figure I'd go over what I do. So if you're entry level, meaning you've never messed with communications and you're not a ham, this is all you need to get started. So any basic baofeng radio will do, but I'll show you what I use. I use the baofeng AR152. It's a 10-watt radio and it has an extended battery. I like this one because of the large buttons on it, because when you're wearing gloves in the field, it's way easier to use the controls on it. So my recommendation would be this, but this is a more expensive option. So any baofeng UV5R that's like 20 bucks will do. So there's 2 books that you need, only 2 books. You'll be able to go through everything and learn what you need to know to get going on communications for yourself, your family, your team, or your mag, however you're set up. So if you're going to use two-way communications, you can use the FRS bubble pack radios or family radio service, but I prefer to use something called MERS, which I'll go over in a minute. The 2 books that you're going to need is the first one and most important book. It's $20 on Amazon. It's called The Gorilla's Guide to the Baofeng Radio. It's by NC Scout. This book has everything you need in detail and by steps in order to get yourself up to speed on how to program your radio, use your radio, make a field expedient antenna, make a small repeater, and make a few other things that you're going to be needed inside of your unit, your team, or with your family. So I would highly recommend you getting this book right here. The second book you're going to need is going to be about antennas, because you're going to have to understand a little bit of theory if you're going to have a base station antenna, or you want to work from a patrol base or a bug out location or something like that. It's the U.S. Special Forces antenna book. Again, it's around 20 bucks on Amazon. Between these 2 books right here, this is all you're going to need to be effective. Okay, so once you kind of get set up and you've used the other book to kind of get your radio programmed, and now you're using your radio, if you want to get into a little bit more into the intelligence side or the signals intelligence side, or more, guerrilla type stuff, NC Scout has 2 other books that I would highly recommend. It's called The Guerrilla Dispatch, Volume 1 and Volume 2. These are outstanding books, and they cover a variety of different topics, even up through directional antennas, operations, orders, all kinds of stuff. So when you get through the first 2 books, you know how to use everything, I highly recommend these 2 books right here. Again, you can get these on Amazon, or you can get them on his brushbeater.store site if you want to ship them direct. Okay, so I was talking about MERS. What MERS is a multi-use radio service. It's license free. It's VHF, so very high frequency, and it's what I use here up in New Hampshire, because VHF for me works way better for the uses I have for around my homestead with my family, vehicle to vehicle when I'm driving around, and or when I'm out on patrol. We use this with all the guys. So I recommend MERS. Here's the frequency. So there's 5 channels. It's 151 820, 151 880, 151 940, and 154 570, as well as 154 600. You're going to want to load those using this book into your baofeng, and make sure you can get a radio check. But this is what my recommendation is as far as using communications with radios, whether bugging out with your family or with your team. Okay, so to close this up, I know it's a quick video, but it's pretty self-explanatory if you get the book. I can't stress enough, I know a lot of you have bought in baofengs. We just had Amazon Prime Days, so I know a lot of people have been buying radios and then asking people how you program them. The radios are pretty cheap. Get the book, read the book, study. You're going to want to use this just like if you're doing physical preparedness or firearms training. You want to be deadly. So study, learn all the stuff you got to do, get your radios ready, because we're less than, a month away from the election. And as we know, there's going to be a lot of civil unrest coming with it, no matter if Trump wins or not. So make sure you fine-tune your skills, make sure you understand your surroundings, make sure you're working out, make sure you're praying. This is SHTF signing off. Keep prepping.